Hey, welcome back. So for this video we are going to go over how to use this box cutter and also how to replace the blades in case they are dull. We have our cardboard, our box cutter, our slotted screwdriver, and our cross slotted screwdriver, and also our cutting mat. So before we begin, let's make sure we position our cutting mat at the edges of our table so that we don't nick our table or scratch it. So let's set aside our screwdrivers. We'll need these when we replace the blades. So in this situation, we want to make sure we cut away from our body, we hold down our object. We also have all these lines that we can follow if we want to cut a straight line. So first off, once again, my body's positioned in this location, so I'm going to cut away from my body. And I also want to make sure that there's nobody around me. So here I go. That's pretty much it. Notice I closed my box cutter right away after cutting, so you do not want to leave it open if you're not using it. So once again, if you're not using the box cutter, close the box cutter. When you're passing it to somebody, make sure it's closed. When you're returning it, make sure it's closed. And overall, if you're not using it, put it down and make sure it's closed. If you walk away from your table and nobody's at your table, please hold on to your box cutter and return it at the end of the period. Alright, so now, let's say our blade is dull and we want to replace the blade. So first, let's make sure the box cutter is closed. We're good. So here is our slotted screwdriver. And at this point, we have this screw here, so I'm going to undo this screw. So I just gently unscrew it. And noticing that my box cutter is closed, I go ahead and open the box cutter gently, and we have these two pieces here. So first, I'm going to move out this piece right here, and just leave it resting on my table. And I don't need these pieces yet because I have a sharp piece over here, but if I do need a piece from over here, I just gently take these pieces out and use whichever blade I want to use. If I don't need them, I just go ahead and leave them. So to remove this blade, I just gently lift it upwards and pull away. So in this case, I have this sharp piece here. I'm going to go ahead and flip it. And notice these grooves here. I go ahead and insert those grooves first, and I let the blade rest. And there it is. So now notice I have these other indentations. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to place this black piece right here on this last indentation. So there it is. Now I go ahead and cover the box cutter. And I screw the box cutter again. And then I place the screw onto the box cutter and turn the screw. And that's pretty much it. So if you want to check one of these out, make sure you give your ID to your teacher, and then they'll hand you a box cutter.